Hi everyone, it's Louise with Louise McKay Art, and I'm continuing on down the quest of the cloud pours. And what I have here right now is an 8x8 canvas, so a 3-ounce cup should probably do it. What I'm going to do is something a little bit different than what I did last time. I really am happy with the outcome of the cloud pearl, or the cloud ring pour that I did. And what I want to try now is using the same colors in a flip cup and see how it reacts in a flip cup. Different technique, similar paints, and but I did have to make more of the cloud mix, and I had to reduce the cloud mixture, the satin enamels, by a little bit. So instead of 41%, it's 36 now. Probably shouldn't make much of a difference. So same colors. And all right, so I'm going to double time through this as I get ready to layer the cup, and I'm kind of getting my head around doing a flip cup again and remembering that the first color down in the cup is going to be the last color out on top, and the last color I put into the cup will be the first color down. So I'm going to start the procession off with the Payne's gray. Then I'm going to move into some turquoise. And I really don't have an exact plan here. I just wanted to use up some of this cloud paint. Then after that, I'm going to do a little magenta. And then I'm pouring all these straight on top of each other. And then the cloud, I'm going to pour from high to try to get it to dirty cup into it. And then put a little layer on top. Then after that, I've got the blue-green combination going in on top of that. And then the gold. And I am just trying to layer these on top of each other instead of putting them down the side or a dirty cup. This is the Prussian Blue. And then I'm going to do another cloud, bombs away, and then a little on top. Bombing away lets the mixture settle into the cup a little better. This color is the red I've got. And then I've got my Payne's gray again. Then I'm going to go back into the blue-green. And then I'm going to go back to my gold. And then magenta. No, not turquoise, magenta. Then turquoise. And then a little dose of Prussian blue. And then a nice deep bombs away of the cloud pour. Bombs away into the cup and then layering some on top. And then I'm casting a magic spell, hoping that my flip cup goes well. And here we go. And then right after I flip, I'm going to skip ahead 2 minutes and go to real time. So I just wanted to see, one of those what if I take the same colors and do a flip cup, see how the cloud reacts with that. So while this is developing, I'm just tidying up a little bit, putting lids on my paints, getting organized for the actual unveiling of the flip. So I'm deliberately not doing a flip and lip here. I'm not putting the lip of the cup through the flip because I just want to see how the cloud is going to react on its own. Actually, by now I expected to see some white poofiness coming through the paint, but haven't seen it yet. So I've got my flow paint ready in case I need it, and then I'm going to get ready to torch here in a second. Lots of white poking through. And I'm going to layer some flow paint around the painting and then skip ahead a little bit. There is no end to the type of the iterations that you can make with this stuff. There is no end. Depends on how you pour it, depends on how you layer it, depends on what height you go from, too many factors. All right. Put some gloves on here real quick. Gotta get my ring off because last time it was poking me pretty bad. Here we go, another experiment. I haven't done a flip cup in a while, so I'm going to pick up the pace here and double time through the tilting part. And this canvas seemed to be in a hurry to tilt the paint off, so I just went with the flow. And I started to notice the white, hoping that the cloud effect would take hold. And we'll see what happens, but I'm going to double time through a lot of this so we can get to the end and see what happens. And of course, as usual, when tilting, I'm looking at the canvas, seeing what composition is there, what kind of colors I have, what's the shape, what's the dynamic in this piece, to try to decide which sides I want to sacrifice and which sides I want to enhance by stretching. And that's what I'm doing here. So obviously I was trying to tilt off some of the red because I didn't want it to overpower the piece. And then I was tilting it back to see if I can conjure up some of the pearls from the edge, assuming that the cloud pearl pour was going to have any impact here. Oh. I'm not that thrilled with this. No, not thrilled. Let me walk away for a minute. Yeah, there's nothing very dynamic about it. There's no real effect. What else do I want to try? This is when having a bag of tricks of techniques helps to choose from. Maybe another flip cup, maybe a swipe, maybe an open cup here. I want to try another cloud pour. I could do that. Or I could do an open cup. I don't think that's going to do much. Let's try another cloud pour. Right? Not gonna hurt me. I got paint. Let's give it a go. Maybe on this base it might look kind of cool. change the order. Let me go with the reds or pinks first in the middle. Or should I say last? Alright folks, in the effort of saving time, I'm going to double time through this as well, call out the colors as we go, and the first color I'm putting in is the magenta, because I want to have that show up in the middle. And I'm going to wipe out the magenta at this point, and then I'm going to drop in some cloud behind that, with the hope that the cloud will interact with that pink magenta and cause some nice clouds in the middle. After that, I'm going to go to the turquoise. And then we have gold coming in after this. Going to put a little more cloud in behind that, just to give it more chance of nice clouds on a rainy day. Actually, it's sunny. Little Payne's gray there, little blue-green behind it. Then we're going to go to red, the red combination. Then I'm going to go back into the Payne's gray and finish that off. Bottoms up. Go, go, go. And then go back to the blue-green. A little more cloud behind it. A little more turquoise. And a splash of gold behind that. Then I'm going to go to some Prussian Blue. Then back to the Paynes. I'm going to wipe out the Paynes. Thought I wiped it out before, but I didn't. Fake. I faked you out. Blue-green. Then some turquoise. And then a little cloud again. Then I mentioned here that that's a 3-ounce cup. I have about 2 ounces in it, and then with the base already there, I should be good. So here I'm going to pick up the pace while I'm trying to get a beat to the music so I can get a ring pour going on. And we'll just chime in when necessary. Also, it's here where I realize I don't have this canvas on a spinner, and I'm trying to do my own spinning by hand. It's another one of those, oh no moments. But the show must go on, and I couldn't stop halfway through. And since I forgot to turn off the music again, I'm just going to continue to pick up the pace and leave it on double time, and you'll see what I'm doing as I tilt this out. Just like before with the flip cup, this being an 8 by 8 inch canvas, the composition wants to pour off really quickly. So I just go with the flow and let it go. So it's a much faster pour off than the larger canvases. So as I'm finishing up my tilting, I'm just evaluating the composition of it and the centering or the off-centering of the cloud and deciding how I want things to situate on the canvas. So during all the tilting, you're evaluating the composition, you're assessing how much paint you have on and how much more you need to take off, and you're trying to get the painting to lay the way you want it to. So that's what I'm doing here. So one of the things I realized doing these cloud pours is you want to stretch the canvas out and really tilt hard sometimes, and then tilt back. And what that is doing is it's opening up the layers of the cloud rings. So what I'm trying to do here is to get this section, and I'll point it out, to latch on to the bottom edge. Yes. That's what I wanted it to do. This top part right here, just to latch on. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Here we are. Wow, that's very different. Going with the reds in the middle. Okay. So I'm going to clean up this place and put this one to bed. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm trying to capture the right angle that shows what this really looks like, being a lot more turquoisey than it shows. It's really actually kind of pretty and getting prettier as it goes. Nicely defined rings. I think I'm getting that down. I had a little splooch at the end. Made that mistake, but you know what? It adds a little character to it, I suppose. I'm not sure if I would do the pink in the middle next time, but I just wanted to see how it would look. So that's what we got. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, if something goes wrong, just switch gears and try something new.